Good afternoon, everyone. This is Joe Henches with Beyond the Chart, and this is a weekend update for the market for Monday, September 30th, the last day of September, the last day of the month, the last day of the quarter. So a lot of activity, a lot of focus is going to be going on tomorrow, this week. And of course, we've got all of this government discussion shutdown, all that good stuff going on. And on Friday, the Dow dropped another 70.05 points. So, we've had a pullback. The Dow has pulled back from this peak to here. The Dow has pulled back 52.4%. Okay. Now, typically you get retracements of 38%, 50%, around 62%. And sometimes you get even greater than that. So right now, everything really, looks normal, although, let me get rid of this, get rid of that. Okay. Although we do have a potential topping in here. Now, I'm not going to read too much into this just yet. I mean, in terms of this sequence, we've got this trend line here, because we've got the 20-day that's, rising here. Until I see this blue line, the 10-day, cross underneath that 20-day, then I'll start to kind of say, okay, what do we got going on? Because see how back here in May into June, it did it, but then you still had a lot of volatility back and forth, and then it broke down and basically culminated in the sell-off here on June 24th at the bottom. And then the same thing happened here in the beginning of August. So it'll be interesting to see whether we get that or whether we get a turn here and move forward. So when we look at other indices for confirmation, I looked at the Dow transports the other day. They moved to a new high. They've pulled back, not nearly to the degree of the Dow. And look at the 20 days above the 50. Rising nicely. We've got the 10 still higher. We look at the S&P 500. Let me get rid of some of that. Move this over. It broke out to a much higher high than the Dow, looking stronger, and have a pullback. Not even to the degree of the Dow Industrials. Let's take a look at what the pullback is, or if we can get an idea. It's just a little over 38%, so probably about 40% pullback is my guess. You can actually do the math, but that's good enough. And let's see. And of course, the New York Composite, and this is the one that I thought actually looked pretty bullish with this ascending triangle. And until this tells me different, I've got to go with it. I've got to say this looks like an ascending triangle. I mean, we've pulled back. We broke out, we've pulled back. That happens a lot in these type of formations. Now, if we start to roll over and pull down, well, that's going to be a different case. But again, right now, we got the 20 breaking above, rising nicely. Let's look at the Russell 2000. That's another index with small to mid-sized mid-cap stocks, looking very strong. We've got some consolidation here. You could almost make the case that it's a little bit of a triangle, or whatever you want to call it, a flag, a pennant. Actually, this is more like a little pennant that we call it. Flags are parallel lines. But consolidation. So, and right now, based on when you look at the trend lines and the trend, it looks like the breakout would be to the upside. So we just have to wait to see. You got to let the market tell you. And right now, we're looking for things to go with the trend. Okay, right now the trend is still up. And the other thing we're looking at is the NASDAQ. And here we go. The NASDAQ looks almost like the Russell 2000. I mean, they're almost identical, looking very bullish. So that's really, that's the outlook on the stocks right now. The big unknown is the federal government shutdown, and really, I am not playing the indices. I look to the indices to see what kind of trend are we in the market. Okay, the trend's still up. So I'm not going to sit here and try to short this market until this market goes into a downtrend. And so right now, the two positions I've got, which 3D systems I've been in for about 2 weeks now. I think I got in right about here. Yeah, as it closed back above the 10-day moving average, the 10's above the 20, 20's above the 50. These numbers, I'm trying to get a feel for where it is in an Elliott wave count. It's kind of difficult on this stock, but the trend is higher. Now, I'll tell you, I have got October 50s. So right now, my strike price is here at 50. I'm in the money. 54.79, I'm in the money by $4.79. Now, this stock is very volatile. It moves around. The average true range on this stock is 2.0 right now, which means the average over the last 10 days, the difference between the high and the low, actually, what is it? Yeah, it's 1.99, so about 2, is 2 points. So it's going to fluctuate a lot. So when I look at my option price fluctuates a lot, which is why I look at the close. Now, what am I looking at? Because I've got October 50s. I really want to be getting out of these pretty soon. And so I've got these Keltner bands that I plot on here. If this gets up around this Keltner channel, this Keltner band top at 58, I'm going to be looking to exit. Now, I think this thing's going, much further, but I've got to look at the time I've got. Okay, and I don't have time to get caught in a little downdraft and ride out a downdraft. If you went long down in here and you wanted to stay and you had Novembers or Decembers, well, great, you can ride out this little downdraft here and keep going. But I don't have the luxury to do that. I don't have enough time. And that's why when you look at my symbol on my on beyond the chart, it's an hourglass. In my logo, you have to constantly take into consideration time. How much time do you have left? How much time till expiration? So that's what I'm looking at here on 3D systems. Broadcom on Friday, bought puts on Broadcom, got a signal in here. It would have been real tempting to go close here, but there's a couple other indicators I'm watching that didn't give confirmation until here. Now, it broke a trend line here. It's in a solid downtrend. I mean, Broadcom is in a downtrend. A gap T down here. This I call kind of a rising wedge. It had a throw over the top of it because, I mean, this is clearly a point, and this was a point here. Okay, and so now I'm looking to see, is it going to retest this low or possibly go lower? So that's what I'm playing right now. So I've got something to the downside, I've got something to the upside, and we'll just have to see. And I'm constantly looking for new opportunities, and we'll keep you informed on that as the week goes. So that's it for now. Have a great Monday, and this is Joe Henches for Beyond the Chart.